We want to bring it on with your email questions. And this first one, Pat, comes in from Thomas, who says, I had polio in 1953 and spinal fusion in 1959, and I currently have a 123-degree curve of my spine. I'm currently on a ventilator to breathe. My 70-year-old body has gone through a lot. There are many days I pray for the Lord either to manifest my healing or take me home to heaven. Is this a wrong way to pray? I watch the 700 Club and 700 Club Interactive daily, and I'm so blessed by them.
Well, Thomas, Elijah, the prophet, was confronted the priests of Baal. He won a great victory, and then Jezebel was there trying to kill him, and he said, take away my life, Lord. I'm not any better than my ancestors. But God had something else for him to do, and after he got through that little feeling of despondency, he was given a message to go anoint Elisha and also anoint a king over Syria. So God has something for you to do. But look, I have a hard time even identifying with somebody who suffered as much as you have. And so God knows your pain and your suffering. But let me tell you, ask God for something to do. You have the ability to pray. So instead of praying to end your life, which is, understandable, begin to pray around the world. Pick a country, pick something, and say, God, where do you want me to focus my prayer? Maybe a city, and just begin to cry out to God for deliverance in that city. And watch what happens in answer to your prayer. And all of a sudden, you will feel like you are useful and you have a purpose in life. All right?
This is Sitali, who says, hi, Pat, I'm 14 years old and I'm in need of help. My mom said she had seen a video talking about how the things we do can send us to hell. And it said that the music I like to listen to is from the devil. This really scared me. And to make matters worse, my brother and I are not baptized. Does this mean we're not going to heaven and we'll end up in hell? Please reply as soon as you can.
All right. First of all, what gets you to heaven? It's faith in Jesus Christ. It is being born again. Your life is given over to Him. That's where you start. Now, indeed, some of the music is right straight from the pit of hell. There isn't any question about it. I mean, it's demonic. And it talks about murder. It talks about drug use. It talks about all kinds of sexual activity. I mean, it's really some horrible stuff in there. And you shouldn't be filling your mind with that. Will it send you to hell? Not necessarily, but it certainly will ruin your walk with the Lord. In terms of being baptized, I don't think baptism is necessary to get you saved, at least according to the Bible. The Apostle Paul said, the Lord didn't send me to baptize, but to preach the gospel. So if baptism was that important, he would have said that as well. But nevertheless, why not be obedient? First of all, you're saying to the Lord, I'm letting the old life go and I'm putting on the new life, and that's what baptism's all about. All right, what else you got?
Okay, this is Matthew, also 14. He says, Dear Pat, I'm 14 years old. My mom has always told me that since I was 8, I've had a calling on my life. The calling is to tell people about God. I would like to know at what age you started your walk and how did you do it? I feel the feeling to do this is getting stronger.
When I was a little guy, about in the 5th grade, I remember I was living in Washington, and I used to walk home. I would spend time on the way praying. I was talking to the Lord as just a little kid. But I went far away from that, and I didn't really become born again in a real sense till I was about 25 years old, I guess. So, but God had His hand on me from an early day. As a matter of fact, when I was a little baby, my great aunt dedicated me to the Lord. I mean, just prayed over me when I was a little baby. So I think I had a call from the early days, and you probably do too. All right.
Okay, this is this is June, Pat, who says, although I haven't found anything specific in the Bible about this subject, I want to know if you believe God will heal your animals. I've read Deuteronomy 28, and it seems that livestock are covered under the blessing, and that God delivered the animals of the Israelites who applied blood to their doorposts and lintels when the death angel passed. Do you pray for your dogs and horses when they're ill? Has God healed your animals?
I had a borzoi. She was one ugly creature. And she liked to go out and hunt rabbits, and she would go around and just take off, you know. And so some border collie got with her, and the next thing you know, she's got a litter of pups. And so I think we gave away most of them, and we kept one. And he was an ugly thing, and we called him Mighty Mutt. And he was a nice dog, but Mighty Mutt got himself hurt really badly. And I remember I said, come here. And the dog came over, and I laid hands on him and prayed. And God healed him. And that dog, I'll never forget that dog's look. He looked at me like, who are you and what have you done? So, yes, I pray for animals, and I think you should too. Well, we leave you with today's Power Minute from Proverbs. He who heeds the word wisely will find good. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.